So sorry, but I'm not taking off my glass.
Lockyer takes a shot, it's low! He's got it! I think he's got it!
Merlin, are you going to speak?
But for me, it was a winner. David.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't for me, Margaret.
Thank God you're here. Grandma's been raped.
On. Welcome back to On the Air Tonight, the only free-to-air podcast reviewing free-to-air content. I'm Tom.
And I'm Jake.
And this is episode 33.
We're so glad to be back in your ears, in your eyesight, if you're watching this on YouTube.
However you want to consume us, we're just good to be in the capacity, your favourite capacity of consumption.
Yeah, it's been a long time, it feels like. I mean, to some of you, it might only seem like one episode, which for some fans is a very long time, but in reality, it's been a massive drought for us. We haven't seen each other since Pussy was a kitten, mate.
Yeah, and it's it feels like a long time. In reality, 2 weeks.
Yeah, fortnight.
To the naked eye, you'd think it's only been a week between content, but that's just us pulling the strings behind the scenes. That's a bit of Hollywood magic.
That is the magic of not knowing how to structure a schedule properly and recording on a Sunday afternoon hungover one day and then a Tuesday evening the next week.
There's no rhyme or reason to the way we do things over here. But also you could say the same for the government who impeded us from recording our last episode, plunged into lockdown, stuck at home, looked through the guidelines and the internet, and podcasting wasn't one of the 5 essential reasons to leave your home.
Too bloody right. So you'll be hearing this the week of starting the 9th of August, and we're so glad if you're listening from Brisbane that you could join us out of lockdown. I mean, by the time you're listening to this again, we might be in lockdown again.
Who knows? So hopefully, you got to strike while the iron's hot now, and the minute the state is back in full swing, back in a Trademark Studios.
We'll be partying.
You've got to strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly right.
Because you never know how long. I mean, maybe one day we'll look at some Skype. We'll look at some Skype technology and not just not put out content when we go into lockdown. Because we could, if we're in Sydney, what do we do right now?
What do we do? Can't go down to King's Cross.
No, what would we do? There'd be no podcast.
So how have you found the past couple of weeks? Did you pull a Kanye West and love lockdown, Tom?
I didn't hate lockdown.
No.
So kind of Kanye. Lockdown was all right for me. I headed to the Gold Coast as soon as they announced it, kind of. Big Saturday plan. ScoMo gets on the news. Not ScoMo, probably Anastasia.
Yeah.
Gets on the news. We're going to lockdown. I'm like, see ya. Going to the folks in the Goldie. If I'm going to be in lockdown, I'm going to be fed, watered, and bathed.
Oh. Your parents are that considerate,
26 years old.
Smoked paprika. What are you not telling us? What's going on behind closed doors at the Farrelly Manor?
Things get weird, but that's what lockdown's all about.
Got to keep yourself entertained somehow.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad. There was a lot of Olympics on.
There was, yes.
And that's the basis of this week's episode, which you already know because you read the title. But I mean, can we really complain?
No, I don't think we can. Yes, lockdown is a pain in the ass, but it does give us time to watch Australia clean up in the Olympics. Tied for most gold medals.
Is that right?
I think it was, tied for most gold medals. I mean, you've got the laptop, so you can do the research there, but I believe this equals Athens 2004 of when we had the most gold medals.
Oh, you mean tied? Okay, gotcha. I thought you meant we tied the winner.
No. Come on, we're not China.
Yeah, no, we're sitting pretty on 39.
We don't have one lab for fucking genetically modifying athletes and another lab for fucking setting the world into a pandemic.
Yeah, no, we're down in 6th place. Just kind of we have the one lab which creates amazing swimmers, but that's it.
We were doing so solidly. I think we were third or second. No, not second, but we were definitely third at one point very early on. About I'd say 5 days into the competition.
It always happens. First week is the swimming happens.
Yeah.
Let's touch on that later. How was your lockdown? Because we have a whole hour to talk about Olympics. Yeah. We don't want to get to the point too quickly.
You're absolutely right. Our fans know that they've come to expect that we sort of beat around the bush before we start burning it.
Yeah.
My lockdown was good. A lot of watching the Olympics. A lot of time drinking with housemates.
Good.
Yep. It's always nice having a few people you can just talk shit with and try and you delve into insanity together.
It's as long as you're all doing it together.
Exactly right.
You know? If it's just you drinking on your own, then it starts to get weird. As long as you have company, then that's fine.
Exactly right. If it's not the voices in my head, it's the voices next door to me.
Yeah, good. I'm happy for you. You had more than just your mother and your father to have one beer.
That's right. My 5 housemates were bathing me, not my mother and my father, like some weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know what's less weird there, but
speaking of getting bathed by our parents, can you cleanse my soul with a review from the one and only Smoked Paprika?
I can actually, because he left one.
If you do like the show or if you don't like the show, we do encourage you to leave a review either on Apple Podcasts or leave a comment on the YouTube video. And if you happen to like it, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, just do all that good stuff. Spread the good word of OTAT, our little potaters.
Little potaters. Little potaters. 5-star review again from Lance Farrell. Fuck, I've doxed him
Oh,
again.
no.
Shit.
The man who cleans me. Everyone knows his name. They know where to go. He's in the yellow pages if you're looking to get fucking scrub-a-dub-dub.
Sponge baths. Smoke Paprika, the cleanest man around. Another sterling 5-star effort with the reality TV show Alone. The boys again uncover another gem in the OTAT world. Crazy Canadians risking their lives in the wilderness for $500,000 in prize money. Great concept, especially with no camera crews assigned to the contestants. Amazing that people would risk their lives for money and a TV show. More importantly, the real contest we need to talk about is between Tom and Jacob. And Tom's sunglasses inside a darkened recording room give him the edge this week. Go, Tom.
Spoken like a man who still scrubs his 27-year-old son.
I mean, you wouldn't know that I just spent a week with him, would you? In his ear every night.
Yep.
Would you like more this week, Dan?
Incepting him.
Yeah. Wasn't that part funny?
Yeah. How much?
Sunglasses bit, that was good, right?
What was the bribe like? What sort of transaction did we see from Panama account to Swiss bank escrow offshore to make sure that Lance was in your Smoked Pat was in your corner this week, Mart?
Mate, a financial magician never reveals his secrets.
Is that what you are?
Or his hedge funds.
Is that what you're a financial wizard,
Magician,
are you?
yeah.
Magician?
Yeah, a Gandalf.
You're the one who just told me that you didn't complete your taxes. And
I've
we're also
done my
recording
taxes,
this on the day that census is due, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I live off the grid. I was like, you get a $2,000.
I didn't say I live off the grid. I said I'm an off the grid operator.
Okay, yeah.
Which there is a difference.
You're splitting hairs.
I didn't realize it was such a big deal to not do census.
Neither did I until I heard someone say you get fined $2,200 if you don't complete it.
Yeah. Look, there's a few things, what you learn living under the rule of Smoked Paprika Pap, is that, who, I don't want to get into his political beliefs, but there's a certain mentality you take with these things. Census.
Do they have census in New Zealand?
Voting, all sorts of things. It's like, you just dispute the fine after you get it.
All right, yeah.
And all is good in the world.
So similar to it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
It's like it's better to get the fine than abide by the law.
Yeah.
It's better to risk jail time.
And there's a $2,200 fine if you don't do it, and a 10 grand fine if you lie on it.
Yes. Yep.
So if you say you're a Jedi, that's what happened a couple of years ago.
So if you're listening to this the week that it does, the episode is released, then yeah, we hope you did get your census in, because if you didn't, then you're going to be fined a couple grand. And if you said that you obey the religion of Jedi, which is actually on the census form this year.
Why did they put it on there if they don't want people to meme it?
Because it's a registered religion.
It's so good. Fuck, it's good, but it's also like, great, Disney's made its way onto the fucking census now. Is there anything they leave untouched?
I mean, we'd probably have to do some research, which we never do, except for a little bit this week. I'm pretty sure Jedi became a religion before they sold.
Yes.
Lucasfilm sold it to Disney.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's still Star Wars on the form, which is...
There's no TM on the form. It just says Jedi. It doesn't have like a little...
Yeah, okay.
Little superscript.
We had another comment from our good friend Keith Slimcock.
Keith! He's back in the saddle!
But YouTube is being a little fucking bitch and seems to be censoring some of our comments.
Okay, well that's inspiring for people who don't want to leave a comment.
Yeah, I mean, my only advice to our loyal potaters would be, check that your comment is left after you've left it. You know, and if it doesn't work, leave it on Instagram. Sounds like a lot of work just to leave a comment and a review, and I get that. But
We realize you listen to the podcast to do nothing but listen, but we're asking you to go above and beyond.
yeah, like proofread your own content and then check that it's gone to the place you posted it. But I have the start of it because YouTube gives you a notification when something is posted.
Sure.
Even after they fucking cancel it afterwards.
Okay, well, shout out to Keith Slim.
I've got I've got half of what you said, pal. Hey boys, how the fuck are yous?
Aggressive, but good.
Yeah, fucks in capitals, so you know he's angry. Sorry I haven't been in contact. I've been pretty busy with my new gig. Since being shunned for the role of young Jamie on OTAT, I've moved on to bigger and better.
Bigger and better. What is T? What starts with T? Bigger things, I guess, but tings.
I thought you were joking that I was like, it's clearly things.
I mean, could be anything. Bigger and better.
Bigger and better torpedoes.
Bigger and better tarantulas.
Good. I think you meant tarantulas.
Bigger and better thalassophobia. He's got a fear of the deep waters.
Yes. Good word, dude.
Yeah.
Huge.
Thank you.
Google check that.
Fucking patronising me for my vocab.
3 syllables in that one. Well done, Chief.
5 actually. But
Okay. So yeah, I've counted it, which came with
actually,
a
is
Google
it
check.
6? I think.
What's
I don't know.
the word?
Thalassophobia. Yeah.
6. And it means fear of the deep ocean.
Fear of deep waters. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you know what that means?
Because I follow the subreddit.
Okay.
So it's probably not even a real word. It's just a. I'm pretty sure it is a word.
Keith, we're going to need you to remember what you said in that comment and post it on Instagram if you don't mind.
And also,
because I'm dying to know what the T after bigger and better, the word starting with T after bigger
yeah,
and better.
bigger and better. Tiggle bitties.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Tyrannosauruses.
Yep. Could be twisties.
Yeah. Settle the debate.
But honestly,
My money's on twisties.
Yeah, twisties
Bigger
sounds
and better twisties.
I can see him with a couple of family bags, one chicken, one cheese on either side.
I moved on to bigger and better twisties. The dream.
You weren't turned down for the role of young Jamie. You just never filled out the application role properly. You need to be literate to be able to do that.
Do your census. Fill out the application form for young Jamie.
Yeah, you think census is to make sure that we can do proper country and city planning towards the future? No, it's so the OTAT board knows exactly.
As a young Jamie.
Yeah.
We know where to go for our young Jamie.
100%. Amongst other things, like how much housekeeping did you do in the last week?
Yeah, you had an interesting answer for that one.
Yeah, it was like there's one question on the census that says, how much or unpaid housework or housekeeping do you do? And then in brackets, it's like gardening, laundry. And I'd had a few days off and I was just like, don't shame me, government. Just leave me alone. I did less than 5 hours of laundry, all right? So make sure you get your census form in. And if you haven't already, because this is going up Wednesday, you're probably fucked.
Yeah, you've got your fine. But just know that every census form that you fill out is just vetting, is just in the process of elimination of you're not young Jamie, you're not young Jamie, you're not young Jamie. And every fine that you cop for not filling it out goes straight into our pocket as well.
Correct.
We have the year of ScoMo.
Exactly right.
People
Exactly
in high
right.
places.
So, Tom, do we want to start talking about what the highlight of not only our, but the nation, if not the world's past fortnight has been?
It's safe to say it's the highlight of the world.
Highlight of the past 4 years.
The world's highlight. There's not many things you can say where every single country, there was one thing that was the highlight for them.
I mean, apart from, not even the World Cup.
A moon landing.
Nah.
You know, I'm talking about something that unites the whole country, the whole nation. When I say the whole nation, I mean the whole earth.
Yep, the nation of Pangea.
The nation of the universe.
The nation of us. Not the US, us.
Yeah, United States of us.
Apart from COVID, that's really united us, but in a positive light.
Yeah. Like I'm watching, and I'm watching the same event that someone in China is watching at the same time that someone in the US is watching at the same time.
Yeah.
Can't say that for many things.
How good is it as well that
Apart
we
from
had
state of origin.
Yeah, true. That really gets the blood going every year.
That rates in Israel.
Just some bloke in Azerbaijan just going, Queensland, yes.
Petro Sivanasiva, my boy.
But yeah, it was great having it on I think we were on the hour ahead or behind of Japan?
I think it was a 2-hour time difference.
Okay.
So I've been told.
Yep. All right. I heard an hour.
Do your own research. Well, split the difference. It was an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was
between-
90-minute, $1.50.
Everything was an hour and a half.
I don't do 30 minutes in time zones, but we do.
But it's the Olympics, things are special. I mean, time's relative because I thought it was 2021, but everywhere I looked, it said Tokyo 2020.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Wasn't that weird? Just like looking around and like, I don't know if it was a decision of like, no, it's officially the 2020 Olympics. So we're not going to break cycle and have 2025. It's going to be 2024. So it'll be in 3 years, which is kind of cool. We don't have to wait that long. I don't know if it was for that reason or whether it was like Tokyo was just like, we've already lost so much money in all the branding. We're not fucking doing this again.
I think it was that. I mean, in the same breath, like, of all of the costs of building stadiums and all of that shit, like, surely the signage is pretty minimal.
I don't know. I'd say like hundreds of thousands of, I mean, for a federal budget, it's probably not a lot, but I'm not spending millions of dollars rebranding.
Yeah, I know. Like, I get it. It's just kind of one of those things, like, if you've already spent millions upon millions of dollars, what's another couple of $100,000 to make the year right? You know, when we look back on it, are we going to, like, trick ourselves into being, that was a 2021? You know, it's like, I know that it's 2021.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I'm not really that fussed about it.
No.
It was just it's weird because almost all of the signing was digital as well. Like when I sign into Kochie and Mel in the morning, I assume it's still, is it Mel? Who's on Sunrise now?
It's Kochie and Kochie.
Kochie and is Kochie and female Kochie.
And he's talking to a mirror.
The finance, the economy's gone kaput.
What I'm doing fine in my $7 million house.
He is sitting there on his desk, and then you've got the digital signage from you know, his waist
Graphic.
below.
Yep.
That doesn't cost money to change, or not much. It's not a hard cost. You change a 0 to a 1. I do it in Microsoft Word. Like, that's changeable, but then they obviously wanted everything to be uniform, I guess. So.
Yeah, probably. Like, I mean, I got to feel a little bit for Japan, like, because we just got the news. I mean, first time we're talking about it, that Brisbane's gotten Olympics 2032. Woot.
How good.
We'll see when we're fucking closing in on 40. That's terrifying.
And the economy's in the toilet because all the stadiums are fucking...
Yeah, population's about 300,000 people because everyone's not getting the vaccine or dying from the wrong vaccine.
Things could look very different in 2032.
Correct. But my main point is that leading up to it, they probably got the news 10 years ago that they got the Olympics, Japan. So leading up to it, super excited, you know, ready to say konnichiwa to the world. And then world pandemic comes along because of their neighbor up in fucking China, in Wuhan. And they're just like, oh, we're actually going to run at a loss for this. This is actually meant to be a massive revenue stream for every country that has it. Like, Greece, I'm probably sure that was massive for them before they went into global financial crisis. But yeah, this is probably horrible for the Japanese economy, especially it being postponed and then having to do everything as far as like testing and quarantining and all that other stuff. It's why we saw the Olympic athletes with cardboard beds, mate.
Yeah. Fuck proof beds.
I guess so, yeah.
We don't want our hot, ridiculously fit, best physical condition humans of the world fucking each other because what's going to happen?
Yep, horizontal dance retardant beds.
Yeah, you put the hottest cunts in a room together or in a city together, they're going to fuck.
You're absolutely right. And I said it multiple times, like throughout watching, I was like, God, I don't know if it's me, but every single person in the Olympics is beautiful. Like it's obviously because they're all at peak physical performance. This is the fittest athletes alive.
There's some cuties out there, and you can't blame them for wanting to get a little frisky.
No, I mean, surely the number one thing that you'd want to do when you're in that peak physical performance and you're shredded to the gills is like, I got to share this with someone. Like I've never had it. I've never had abs like this in my life. Like my veins have veins. I'm this vascular, absolute chiseled Greek god at the moment.
-3% body fat.
Let's just get intimate. Let's make some awesome world babies that are going to be the next Olympic athletes in like 2040.
If that's the case, are these cardboard beds really going to stop them from fucking? You know what I mean? Like if you're the most agile, you seen the shit they do on a fucking diving board?
Yep.
You thinking or on a gymnastics pole? You thinking they can't like just get frisky on the floor and it's not going to, you know, someone's going to be standing up. Someone's going to be, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You're an athlete. You're a gymnast.
For a country that's got a lot of stereotypes about kinks, Japan, this is not one they needed on the front page of every paper around the world. Cardboard beds in Japan?
Yeah.
Omaewa?
Yeah, with a fucking karaoke box in the corner and like a pink wig. It's like a little fucking Hello Kitty doll just going up and down. Our extensive knowledge of Japanese culture is on show. Do you think that would affect the bed being made of cardboard? I know it's designed to stop you from fucking another person on it. Would it affect the general comfort of the bed just by laying and sleeping on it on your own?
I don't know. Like, was there a mattress on top of the cardboard bed, or was it all like? Was it the frame was cardboard, or surely the actual mattress itself?
It would have been a mattress. It wouldn't have been a cardboard mattress, but I assume the foundations of the thing was cardboard.
Yeah.
So, but like, does that mean if you roll around in bed, if you're a restless sleeper, are you feeling that lack of stability,
shakiness?
You know, like if you're a bit of a rotisserie chicken at night, are you feeling that cardboard flims?
Look, put it this way: if there's anyone who can figure out how to make fucking flat pack furniture cardboard like stable enough to sleep on. It's the Japanese.
I thought you were going to say the Swedes because of IKEA, but
nah, they have you tried putting together IKEA furniture?
Yeah,
nightmare.
Yeah,
have you tried putting together
ruins relationships?
Have you tried putting together a bed out of IKEA cardboard boxes? I don't live in.
Falls apart. I've had my fair share of Marketplace, that's for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't come with cardboard boxes.
Yeah, no. Buy it assembled. Hot tip, folks. So they stopped them from fucking, allegedly. They still couldn't stop the Australian athletes. Did you see the rugby team and I think the rugby 7 side and the soccer side both got done for inappropriate behaviour on the flight home?
Yeah, they were getting shit-faced.
They were getting pissed on the plane.
That's as patriotic as it gets. Like, we don't want to encourage drinking on this podcast, even though we have multiple times already, but
I think we're like, what's the opposite of an endorser of alcohol? I think we're
a deterrent.
I think people look at us and go, God,
I never want to drink again looking at you two. And waste of space.
Yeah, so we're actually good for, you know, dry Julys. What was it? What's the October? Soaptember. Soaptober.
Yeah. So speak to me in 4 episodes time. If I'm doing Soaptember, then I've got the discipline of a monk. But if not, when we've gone into lockdown again.
Rugby Australia promises alcohol counselling after team destroys airplane toilet.
Oh my God.
What, dude?
Was that made out of cardboard as well?
I thought they were just like being a bit unruly and all.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they just shat the fuck.
Destroying a toilet, like, yeah, was it because they were defecating, or were they trying to rail each other, getting the Mile High Club with their gold medals on?
Let's see. The incident caused Rugby Australia to release a statement saying all members of men's rugby sevens teams have been reprimanded for this behaviour. Oh my God. What might be the most embarrassing part is that Japan Airlines, the airline complaining about the antics of the Aussies, is now requesting that any Australian Olympians be accompanied by a chaperone, a tough look for grown adults. A babysitter.
Advance Australia fair, mate.
Is that just Australian athletes?
Surely. Yeah.
Yep, just Australian Olympians. That's so embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. But
even
also,
like the girls weren't doing it. Like fucking Ariana Titmus wasn't. That was the Australian rugby sevens men's side.
And didn't you say the soccer team as well?
But I think that was boys as well. Or it might have been the
because they got sent home packing while the I don't even know. I think it's the Matildas. Yeah, Matildas were too busy beating Great Britain.
Yeah, one player told the Herald Sun, well, if you look at where the vomit was, it wasn't near our seating plan. Some of the rugby players are denying the accusations, claiming it wasn't them who were responsible for the mess.
Typical rugby boys, like, wasn't our fault, mate.
I didn't do it.
Wasn't me.
If someone was sick, on the other hand, some players wondered why the incident was even a big deal. If someone was sick, it would not be the first time. Who cares? One player told the Herald Sun, who cares who fucking threw up? It's not World War III.
So first one is like deniability. Second one is like not a big deal.
Who cares, guys?
This is not a good look.
What do you think? We're fucking Rugby Australia athletes coming home from the Olympics. We do this every week.
Just wait till Goon of Fortune becomes an Olympic sport in 2032 in Wollongabba, mate.
Oh, we clean up. We went down to Fiji in the quarterfinals as well, so they were like, "Fuck it, you've just gone down in the quarterfinals."
You're not beating
get pissed on the plane.
You're not beating Fiji in the rugby sevens.
No.
Did they even win?
The sevens is like the world stage for the Fijians of rugby.
Correct.
It's like there's no real. You don't really require any structure for a rugby seven side. You just need a bunch of fast cunts who can step around. It's like
huge dudes who are fast.
Yeah. Or are they big?
They're massive, dude.
The sevens guys.
They're massive.
I thought they were all little like
nuggets,
just little like speedy, steppy like Benji Marshall types.
Nah, like I remember. I think because they had like the World Championship tournament or like the Rugby Sevens World Cup in Brisbane.
Yeah.
In like 6 or 7 years ago, I think. And I do remember like looking at like the wingers were like 6'5",
huge,
like
units.
massive dudes.
Crazy.
Because you've got to be big enough to like go in the ruck, maul, tackle, and then also run.
Yeah. That's Fiji. That's why that did Fiji win rugby sevens?
I would assume so, but
they beat us.
Yeah. It was either them or like Great Britain won.
Yeah, okay. The team was accused of drunkenly chanting as well, so that's good. I just find it hilarious that it sucks that the men, like at the fucking rugby sevens team, do that, get pissed on the plane, throw up, sure, yip and yahoo for a while, and now any Australian Olympian coming home, be it a swim team or a long distance runner, like the most timid, usually well behaved athletes and like females as well who traditionally don't do that, like need a fucking babysitter.
Yeah, poor Keegan shout out to Keegan from the Gold Coast winning his gold medal. He's going on the plane. They're like, "So do you have any alcohol?" And he's like, "No, I just got this Gatorade and a bit of hose."
Yeah, did you see him stoned after?
No, was he hoiked?
Yeah, he was so fucking baked in an interview. He had his mask on like halfway up his fucking eyes, trying to hide his mouth and his
should have had one over his eyes.
his red pupils, yeah. And he was just could barely string a sentence together. He was like, yeah. So of course, Keegan.
They got that good loud in Tokyo.
Oh, dude. He's like a Californian accent, like Australian from the Goldie.
Yeah, dude. It was so fucking good, man.
Of course he's on the chuff.
Shout out to Keegan, one of the, 16 gold medalists?
We got 17 goals.
17.
Finished 6th behind Great Britain, Japan, China, and the US.
What was the final tally? Like, who was the top 3 in gold? So US won on
US 39 goals.
Yep.
China 38 goals. Oh. Just behind them, and Japan 27.
Not to encourage gambling, but like when the Olympics just started, I think US opened at $1.03 or $1.02 to get most golds. And I was talking to a girl at work and I was like, "Who do you think is actually going to win like most golds?" And she was like, "It's got to be China or Russia." She was like, "Go China," and China were paying like $13 to begin with. I was like, "Oh, that's a mighty good look." And then like I checked it like 2 or 3 days before the event was meant to finish, and they were favourites at like $1.20 China.
Really?
And so for US to win by 1 gold, that's massive.
That's huge. Fucking hell. But yeah, imagine loading up on $13. China to win most goals.
China!
And then it almost happened. But yeah, Keegan from the Goldie. I love that the two new sports, skateboarding and BMX, introduced to the Olympics 2020. And the Gold Coast stands up.
Yep.
The Gold Coast stands up. We
Represent.
get Keegan Palmer, the skateboarder, wins gold in skateboarding. And then we have Logan Martin, who won the BMX.
Logan from Logan.
And
then also Kaylee McEwen's from Gold Coast as well, isn't she?
Is she?
I thought
She
you said
could
that
be a
before the
Goldie
episode
girl.
that she's a Goldie girl.
I might have just called her a golden girl because she won gold.
Righto.
Changing
your tune now, mate.
She might have.
Sounds like a typical census dodger.
I'm an off-the-grid operator. I just love that the Goldie stands up when we need a sport like BMX and a sport like skateboarding. We see an opportunity for gold there, and we're like, we've spent plenty of time down in the skate park on the Goldie.
100%. Yeah.
Keegan down there.
If it's not making Gatorade saxophones, then it's practicing your kick flips and your ollies.
I think Keegan operates better after a few. I think he kick flips better after a couple of.
Yep. A couple of how are yous.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Logan Martin, the BMXer who won gold, grew up in Logan, born and raised. his parents have named him Logan after the great city of Logan.
Yeah, the great province, the Shire. Isn't it Logan Shire or something?
Yeah, the Logan Shire Council of Ipswich or something. It's like, whew.
That's some real pride there.
I'm all about being proud of where you're from, but I mean, look, he's truly put Logan on the map.
See, it's not just stabbings and stolen car tires that come out of Logan. It's just sort of stereotype, but
Plenty of gold
it's plenty of gold.
in the funniest sport.
Just name your kid Logan, right?
That's what I was saying to a couple of mates the other day. I did lockdown, obviously, with mum and dad, and the Olympics were on. So basically, I wasn't so much watching the Olympics, it was just listening to my traditionalist father scoff at any new sport that isn't swimming or athletics. You know, so you just spend the whole time listening to that. That's not a real sport. That shouldn't be in there.
Like canoe slalom or
Canoe slalom, yeah. God, that's so fucking entertaining though. But more like 3-on-3 basketball.
Or what was the ribbon tossing?
Ribbon tossing. What's that called? Like artistic gymnastics.
Yeah, okay. Not to shit on anyone who's been doing artistic gymnastics for any period of time, but I'm going to.
I'm about to.
Tossing a ribbon in the air, just like for a sport that's like for the event that's been around for thousands of years. Like, yes, there's some traditional ones, your sprints, your shot puts, your discus. Like, there's all those very traditional ones. We've got more contemporary ones in BMX and boxing and all that sort of stuff. But there's just some in there that, like, just like Lance would have said, like, what is this doing in the metal or the trial of pure athleticism?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes you've got to look at, like, you look at BMX and skateboarding and you're like, nah, I don't, like, does that have a place in the
Olympics?
Definitely
a 21st century thing.
Yeah, it's a new age modern sport. But then you look at, fucking like artistic gymnastics, not even with the ribbons, with like the ball that they just like balance on their nose and shit. And it's like, is it good to be the best in the world at balancing a ball on your nose?
Synchronized swimming. There's definitely some.
There might be a huge market for it. I don't know.
There's definitely some events that are more entertaining than others. We'll put it that way.
Let's put it that way.
Like watching the final of the runs, watching the final of the swims are always entertaining.
It's balancing a ball on your nose compared to the fastest men on the planet running straight for 100 meters in 9 seconds. It's like, there's no comparison. But we all know that.
Basketball was phenomenal.
Basketball was good.
I think we just had the coronation of the greatest Australian basketball player of all time this tournament, young Patrick Mills. Shout out to my housemate who's cousins with Paddy Mills, actually.
Huge.
Matt is, shout out to Matt Villalba.
Oh, I thought he might have, not Matt Mills.
No.
Doesn't share the surname.
Matt Millalba.
Matt Millalba. They're cousins. He's cousins with Paddy.
Yeah, so I think it's his cousin has met like a separate cousin, not in the same family, but his cousin and his dad.
It's becoming more distant. Except they're in the same family.
No, his cousin has met Paddy. Like they went up and stayed with. He said that like his Matt's dad and Matt's cousin had gone out and stayed with Paddy's mum and dad out at Easter Island, I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. He played well. He carried him.
Yeah. Oh, well, as I said, greatest basketball player from Australia.
Is he?
I think you'd have to put him in the conversation. Three NBA championships is hard to argue with, but the first Australian, like he's got one NBA championship.
Okay.
He's also been to 4 Olympics. And he's
really?
4 Olympics.
How long has he been around?
12, 13 years.
Fuck me. I thought he was newer on the scene than that. So his first one was... What was it for? We had Rio.
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Athens?
Beijing.
So
it would have been 08, London, and then Rio, and then
this.
Yeah.
And this is Australia's first medal.
Australia's first medal, bronze. Yeah.
Huge. Huge. How old's Paddy Mills?
He'd be like 33, 34.
Okay,
so
he's younger.
He's getting up there in age.
Okay.
Still a great player. Just signed with the Brooklyn Nets, but that's very off tangent. But he's going to be going for a championship this season.
What team did he win the championship with previously?
San Antonio Spurs in 2014.
Okay. What stood out to you this Olympics? Was there anything you saw or anything you saw live? That was incredible.
I wouldn't say anything incredible stood out to me. A lot of the stories coming out were pretty controversial, like that one about the equestrian who was like beating her horse because her horse wouldn't perform. Did you not hear about this?
That, no.
I can't remember which country it was, but this equestrian who was favourite to win her event, she'd gone through all the heats, and then for the final, her horse refused to perform, wouldn't jump, wouldn't go over like any of the obstacles.
Got a bit spooked.
Just got the
horse.
It's got the cloppers, mate.
Don't want to jump over the. I'm 2 meters tall. I don't want to jump over the 6 meter thing. I'm a horse.
Got the heebie-jeebie cloppy floppies.
Yeah, my floppies are clopping.
Take me to the glue.
Sue me.
Take me to the glue factory. I'm done. All right.
Can't handle the big dance. It's a stage fright.
You say perform. I say nay, good sir.
Yeah, nay.
But yeah, so refused to perform, and she was like,
it just sounds like a political statement when you put it like that.
Yeah. Got down on one knee and raised the other hoof in the air. Yeah.
I stand in solidarity with my other thoroughbreds.
With my other hay eaters.
There's one like pony next to him, just the Australian at like 88 Olympics. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it as well.
Power to the people. But yeah, the rider on the back of the horse started just whipping it, and then the trainer came up and punched the horse in the back of it, like in the glute. I think it was in the glute or like in the side. Just came up and punched the horse.
Jesus, was this on camera?
Yeah,
this got caught on camera.
I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Like it all like. If this ends up being the clip this week, we can definitely put it in the Canva highlight.
Please.
But yeah,
holy shit. Okay, and then did the horse perform after that?
No, of course not. Just got fucking whipped and punched. She was like,
punched.
"Oh, I thought I was going to do it with the carrot. I'm definitely not doing it with a stick, you dickhead. You prick.
Get me the fuck out of here." God, I hope that horse doesn't just get fucking an equestrian horse. You think they see the same fate as like racing horses?
Put it this way, I think Clark Rubber stocks increase in Japan that fateful day.
Poor little guy. But they plait their hair in nice little plaits.
They do.
But they do. It distracts from the violence.
They're so pretty, majestic animals. Come on, you fucking little shit.
Come here, get kidney shotted.
But yeah, to answer
there are a few controversial ones, sorry.
To answer your question, I would say the one thing that really stood out to me about the Olympics is there's just not enough appreciation for it anymore. Like it was the highlight of every 4 years when I was a kid, like 2000, 04, 08, and even 12 to a certain extent. It was massive. Like there was so much media coverage on it, and that might have something to do with social media which is kind of ironic that there's more access to media and less coverage on the sport. But yeah, it feels like.
Did it feel less? It definitely felt less hyped this year.
Way less hyped.
But that's circumstantial as well.
Sure,
that was COVID.
But
the whole thing was marred by fucking all of the people who didn't want it to happen, like COVID. It was the fact that it was pushed back a year.
Yeah, if you've got a fireworks show waiting to go off, and then you have to tell people wait around for 12 months. We've got a bit of a sinus thing going around.
Yeah, trust us, we'll do it. And then people don't want it in the end. It's like
it's going to be a little bit of a lackluster launch.
Yeah. But I think like I was in the same boat where I was like, this is I'm not that hyped for this. Like I didn't fucking want it. Like I wasn't anti Olympics, don't go ahead. I was just like not that jazzed for it. And then it came on, and it's like I got into it way more than any other one in the past. Way more. Since Sydney, and I was a fucking bubs.
Yeah.
But like I just remember the Sydney hype, and I was like on like Nikki Webster and fucking Eddie the Echidna and shit.
Yep. Kathy Freeman.
Check that name. I don't think it was Eddie the Echidna.
Oh, it might have been.
We'll find out.
Eki the Echidna.
Okay. It was in fucking
his pupils were
Western
dilated
Sydney.
that night, ladies and gentlemen.
The Bankstown Olympics. You guys seen
Come on,
Eki around?
let's fucking muzz for gold.
Give me some bronze. This year you can't get past Eki the Echidna.
Yeah, I'm just thinking he gets the gold medal. He's like, it's a big fucking pill, mate. I gotta swallow this.
Oh, they can engrave anything on these things now. Used to just be a little E.
These little pressies.
You got fucking Warner Brothers logos.
Where's the Mitsubishi logo, you dog?
I just searched Eki Echidna and it didn't come up.
It's Eddie. I'm pretty sure it's Eddie.
Eddie.
Yeah, I think you were right. Dude, we've got a lot of hype to live up for in 11 years. Like, those were some iconic mascots.
They were iconic.
I don't know what we're going to do for Brisbane, but
Ollie, Sid, Millie, and Lizzie.
all right, let's try and guess. No, I'm trying to guess who was who. I'm guessing Sid was the platypus.
Sid was
Liz is the echidna.
Sid's the platypus. You reckon?
Liz is the echidna.
No, there's no Liz. It's Ollie, Sid, and Millie.
And Lizzie.
Oh, Lizzie, yeah.
The
Lizzie's
lizard.
the lizard.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm out. So Sid's the echidna.
Sid's the echidna.
And Ollie's the kookaburra.
Ollie's the kookaburra. No, Sid's the platypus, and Millie is the echidna.
Way off. Wait, you said Millie was the...
Millie's the echidna, bro.
I asked you if Millie was the platypus, and you're like, yeah.
Run the tape back.
All right.
Run the tape back. You're wrong. Millie's the echidna.
I'm fucking wrong about everything.
That's funny because the way I remember it, I'm actually Jake and I'm really wrong.
I live off the grid.
I'm an off-the-grid operator. I am Jacob and I give all my information to the government, no matter how. You want to know how much I earn? Fucking give it here, cunt.
I have a disposable income, so I can just give $2,200 to the fucking government because I'm getting $300 back from the vaccine.
Wait till I get my tax back. I'm Jacob and I watch every penny, trust me.
Spoken like a true coward.
Enough about each other.
Yes, okay. What was
Enough about our frugal.
what stood out to you for the Olympics, Tomas? Tomaso?
Well, it was just... I wish Jacob ended in an insult. It doesn't.
Hey.
Sorry, I've got a better name than you, bro. It rhymes with more shit.
Rude.
I was just thinking that I was far more... because I think it's because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
I had the 7 Olympics Instagram, like just fucking followed on my Insta. So I was like, I know everything that's going on whenever it's on. You could just go on the app and watch every event that's on. It was so easily accessible. Also, the time zone was a massive difference.
Absolutely.
Because I was just halfway through it. I was like, I've never consumed this much Olympics and it's fucking great.
Not even to get up at 2 a.m. to watch a 9-second 100-meter foot race.
Yeah, like it was fucking great. So I definitely watched and also, lockdown as well. I couldn't do anything else. This was truly the Tiger King of the first lockdown. Like, everyone was just watching the Olympics.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. But there's actually some credible content there.
Yeah. So highlight for me would be, I am biased to the ones that I saw live because that's just such a fucking rush when you're screaming the nation.
100%. Yeah.
I think I only saw one Aussie gold properly live, and it was the women's 400-meter
freestyle. Ariane Titmus.
No. What do you call it? Relay.
Oh, the relay.
It was the relay. Yeah,
Okay.
4x100-meter relay. I rode that home with the nation. It was fucking that felt really good. I saw Peter Bowl win his heat live.
Yeah,
that was good.
that's a rush.
That's a rush.
Eating a bowl while you watch bowl over the boolers.
Eating a bowlless Peter Spag bowl. So there were some great moments this year.
It was, yeah.
Great moments.
What would you, if you had to rate?
What would you give the Olympics?
If you had to rate in a tradition that's been around for millennia.
Oh, wait, can we just, before we do wrap up one more time, I just want to touch on, what did you make of the shared gold between...
Oh,
and the Qatar.
Not so much a highlight, but definitely a low light. So it was.
It's funny you say that because you saw it for the first time tonight.
I did, yeah. I mean, I heard about it, but I actually watched the footage for the first time.
Yeah, and all of the rhetoric around, since it happened, has been overwhelmingly positive. Everyone's speaking in the mainstream media, at least, and even online. I haven't really seen anyone neg out about it or be like, this is a bit of a weird look. So what did you make of it?
If you haven't caught any of the Olympics or specifically the high jump events, the high jump men's final for gold happened between Italy's Tamberi and Qatar's Barshim. They both cleared 2.37 meters.
The surnames.
Yep.
Just easy to pronounce.
My fingers don't operate that quickly to get first and last name. This isn't Census, dude. Leave me alone.
Just reading the thing on their bib. I'm not going to go and find out their first. What is this?
I literally just Googled Tamberi gold Barshim.
First thing that came up.
But yeah, so they both cleared 2.37 meters, which, side note, that's absurd to be jumping over.
Bullshit high. 240 centimeters.
237 centimeters.
237 centimeters.
And then
get your tape measure out. That's fucked.
That is disgusting. And then on the 2.39, Qatar went first, Bashim didn't clear it. Tamberry lined up and he put down beside him a cast that had like 2020 crossed out, 2016 on it, and then 2021 to signify that I think he ruptured his Achilles in Rio in 2016.
Yeah, he was in a cast for one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly, judging by the visual of the cast.
And apparently everyone wrote him off.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, watching the video tonight, not to be rude, but he did seem like he was just full of himself.
Yeah, which isn't uncommon for an Olympic athlete.
Especially, like, full disclosure, he's a fucking very good looking dude.
Yeah, he's a showman.
He's got an alien's body, as most high jumpers do, but
yeah.
God, he is a good looking bloke.
He's a good looking dude. He's a showman. He's an entertainer. He had half a beard like a year ago. I was telling you about that. Look up, what's his name?
Tamberry.
Look up Tamberry half beard. He literally just fucking from there, but this is not hair, then that is hair. OTATers, get on the YouTube. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Weird look. And then he was like, no, I don't want to be known for that. So he shaved it.
Then they both did not clear the 2.39, so they came together for a conference with the scorer,
the mediator,
the official for the high jump, and he said, if you both agree, you can just share the gold.
You can just share the gold. So the alternative to that would have been, I'm no expert, but I assume they would have done a jump off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would have
Correct.
done a jump off, and they would have either lowered the height, because if they've both gotten to a point that they can't jump any higher, do you keep going up and they both just keep missing?
No, you like, yeah, that's the thing.
Or
is
you go back down.
You would either try it again at that height, or they would
Yep.
go back down to what they both cleared,
Yeah.
and see who basically gasses first.
Yeah, kind of like a sudden death. So a test in,
Endurance more
endurance.
than plyometrics, which is what high jump's all about.
Sure, sounds like a fair way to decide a winner.
Sure.
Didn't know that it was an option to just share the gold.
Yeah, it's happened in past events. I can't tell you specifically what, but
yeah,
it has happened before. If like some people cross the line at the same time, photo
like a dead
finish.
heat.
Yeah, dead heat essentially.
Yeah, and then you share the gold. Yeah, but that's not like two people coming together and deciding to do it. You know, that's happened by chance. If two people cross the line at the same time, that's like there was nothing separating us. And there was nothing else that we could do.
Well, they might have done a re-race probably not for those circumstances, but yeah, in this circumstance, it was the athletes coming together, going, "All right, I'm not gonna. Yeah, if you agree to this, let's just share it."
Yeah, so they shared the gold. It just means that you're not a gold medalist. You're a share. I'm just saying, dude.
Is this what your gripe was? Mine was, the Italian's a bit of a douche. He looked like he just had a heart attack. He was rolling around on the floor. He fell over, got back up, fell over again, got back up a third time, fell over again.
His carry-on definitely made me like, you're an Olympic athlete and you just won gold. Fantastic.
It's full opera.
It was a fucking soap opera. I was like, sure, do your thing. There's whatever. You're an eccentric Italian, go for it. You've had half a beard in the past.
Your gripe is that these two athletes, the best in the world at their sport, could not best each other, so the Olympics went, okay.
Well, the Olympics didn't. The athletes did. They chose to do it. I don't have a gripe with it. I'm just saying, would you rather be a gold medalist or a shared gold medalist?
I don't think that's the choice. I think it's, would you rather be a shared gold medalist or lose?
No, because if one of them didn't agree to sharing the gold medal, they would have had to do a jump off.
Yeah.
So they agreed to be shared gold medalists.
And then run the risk of not getting a silver.
Competition, bro. Of course you run the risk of not winning. That's how you decide who's the best.
This is a time when we probably really should have done our research. Like, how many jumps did they do leading up to this? Like, did they do 12 jumps or whatever the case may be?
Don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Does that change it?
Well, I mean, at a certain point, like your energy levels have completely dropped and you're not going to be at your peak performance. So they probably got to that point of doing 2.37 meters and then try to clear 2.39 and then went, I can't, like, I know that I'm not going to be able to clear it. Like, they probably didn't feel the confidence to be able to clear 2.37 again and beat their opponent.
Yeah, and then that's therein lies the test of endurance, and therein lies the better athlete, though, because like one of them may have been able to, while the other may not have been able to.
I think it's, yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I just think it's unfair, especially in a sport where it's one explosive movement, or any sport where they've like, where it's like, okay, let's rerun it back, and it's like, dude, I just spent all my energy. I get what you're saying about endurance.
Okay, so put it this way. Game of rugby league, grand final, Penrith are playing Storm, tied up at 80 minutes.
Yep.
We go to Golden Point, tied up at the 10-minute mark. Do you then both shake hands and go, bro, I've got nothing left in the tank? Do you both just want to be the grand final winner? Should we just get 2 trophies? Or do you keep going until there's a decider?
I think it's different for a sport where you're scoring against each other rather than a sport where you're both trying to clear like a common goal, if that makes sense. So like similar to like whether it's shooting, darts, or anything like that where you're both having to clear a certain thing.
Yeah.
Whereas rugby league or any sport like basketball where you are going against each other, it is completely a test of endurance and mettle and mental strength to be able to who can outlast the other.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, but like, are you seeing where I'm coming from? Where like in a sport where you're not so much, you are competing against each other technically, but it's also indirect where you're both trying to clear something.
Yeah, you're both you're competing against yourself almost. Yeah, but I still think like endurance should decide it. But hey, that's the beauty of OTAT. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, couple of lounge lizards talking about these Olympic athletes been training their whole life for it. Nah.
I'm just saying, like, everything that I've seen is like, it's such a beautiful moment that Italy and Qatar can come together and it's unifying. I'm like, what happened to the fucking Olympic spirit of competing, like bringing the gold home for yourself?
So you're calling it fool's gold?
Well, they should have, yes, calling it fool's gold, or they should, if they're going to split the medal, they both split silver and don't split gold.
Oh,
you split second.
Tommy Pickles.
Yes,
you are fucked, my friend.
So
no one gets gold. Give it to bronze.
No, the person who gets gold is the person who's willing to keep competing. And if one guy's like, oh, I don't really want to, do you just want to share it? If I say to you, I just want to share it, and you're like, nah, I'd rather keep competing, it goes to you because you were willing to keep competing.
Yeah, but then
you don't both just get gold. Matilda's both fucking 80 minutes, it's 1-1. Can we just share the first
This
place?
argument's going to go in circles because, yeah.
Do they both get the prize money as well? Like, you get like 50 grand or something if you win a gold medal.
Surely.
So they just hand out fucking,
you won gold.
100K. Yeah, so did someone else. It's insane. Bloody snowflakes these days, mate. What happened to handing out participation medals? That's his.
This guy. This fucking guy right here.
I'll get off my soapbox.
So Mr.
As soon as one of those medals turns
silver.
silver.
So Mr. Ultimate Competition, living off the grid or off the grid operated. What did you rate the Olympics, mate?
I rate you.
What did you fucking rate?
Never hated me more.
What did you rate the Olympics?
2020 Olympics.
In 2021.
In 2021.
Coming to you this summer.
Gets 2 watered down gold medals for high jump out of 10. No,
out of 10?
No, sorry, not 2. I mean
you're
2.
You're a absolute pistol tonight, mate. Shooting blanks. Taking no prisoners.
No, it gets 8 watered down gold medals. I loved it. Give it a 9. Fuck it. Give it a 10. It's the Olympics. Give it a 10. It's every 4 years.
I'm giving it 10 stone skateboarders out of the Gold Coast out of 10.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm Keegan. Hey, bro, can we actually just share that gold? That'd be good. Get some of the gold dust to just fucking... Can you shave some dust off your medal and put it on the cone?
Are you done? Are you finished insulting these specimens who gave their life?
Keegan the specimen. Oh, what a week on the mic.
Yes, it's. I'm so glad to be back.
I'm so glad to be back as well.
I've had a lot of fun this week. We hope you have as well. If you did enjoy the episode, give us a like on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Go follow us on Instagram so you never miss any OTAT content. Comment.
Easy.
Whoa. And then Makona's running through me at 9 o'clock at night.
I had fun this week. If you had fun, leave a comment. We love you.
We certainly do love you, little potatters.
Little potatters. Bye-bye, potatters.
Bye.